Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Aquarius for the week of July 18th. Now Aquarius, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go ahead and get a shuffle in here for you, Aquarius. Now I am using the Tarot Muka as well as the Higher Self Affirmation deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below. It is still the case that less than 50% of the people who watch my content are actually subscribed, and so if you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. Really helps my channel grow in a big way. All right. There's something here, you're the last air sign that I'm doing. Something here this week about air signs and communication. We'll talk about this more as we go along. But yeah, so let me also take 3 of these cards here. All right. So Aquarius, here's the thing. It's like there may be some challenges in communication. It's hard for me to say based on the initial 5 cards whether this is like a confrontation, an argument, or if this is your ability to express what you want to express. Okay, because that could also be the case here based on these cards. Your ability to express what you want to express at this time. The other thing here is there is this feeling that it will work out. And also, it's an important reminder of, this is a theme for air signs this entire week, for whatever reason. There's this idea that you have a free will choice in reacting or not reacting, right? And so it's almost like right now for you, and this is always the case, there are infinite number of timelines. But for you, it's like there are 2 very clear timelines. One where you get the sun energy and one where you get the devil energy. And the timeline that you take is dependent on the reaction or the non-reaction. Okay? Now, if you're an air sign and, if you have multiple air signs in your chart, like if you have an Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon, or like you're an Aquarius moon and you have like a Libra rising, or go watch like all the air signs this week. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because it's almost like it's the same message for whatever reason. I use a different deck for anyway. All right. It's interesting. In your overall situation here, you have the 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords is this idea of kind of being at a crossroads in your speech. This person is feeling restricted in speech. Okay, they are feeling blinded by somebody around them or internally in their ability to communicate something to someone around them. And this card can come forward when there's like a war of words between people, or when there are issues around communication. It can come forward when, again, you're just having a hard time finding the words. But you could also think of the 2 of Swords as like, how do I say this? Like, generally being blindfolded or blinded to a scenario, like being unable to see a situation clearly in your life. This could also be the case when you get the 2 of Swords energy. So something to consider there. But in the past, you have the 7 of Cups and the High Priestess. So the 7 of Cups is really about a choice or the amount of choices that you have. And this could be where the blindfold energy is coming. You can see that this person is confused, right? This person is confused. They're a little bit blinded by the sun in this case. I've never really put that together with the 7 of Cups card, but you can see each one of these cups has a different choice and they're struggling to decide. Okay, they're feeling overwhelmed by the many timelines, paths, roads ahead of them. So 7 of Cups, this really says the best choice sometimes is to just pick a path and realize that in taking proper action, or at least in doing something, you will be guided along your route. And oftentimes the worst thing we can do is stay here, which this person is not choosing. They're feeling overwhelmed. Oftentimes it's best to just go with something, because eventually your route will be determined. Eventually your route, you will get on the right or the proper route. It's like, have you ever been like driving using a GPS and you take the wrong exit, but the GPS reroutes you to get back on your path? You know what I'm saying? So like, it's this idea of you maybe needing to make a choice, even though it's kind of hard to make a choice. You have the High Priestess here as well. High Priestess says, trust your gut. Okay, so this is really important. You'll know exactly which cup is for you by tuning to your inner wisdom, by tuning into your intuition, and by sometimes it's best to cut the outside noise and to just sort of trust what you feel. Now, in the future, you have the Sun and the Devil. So this is so interesting. It's like, I said this to another sign, but it's like, have you ever heard that phrase, like, I have an angel on my shoulder, but a devil in my mind? That's like a song lyric, but it's also, I think, just a phrase. But that's kind of this energy here. Like, you have two paths. You have multiple paths, actually, as we discussed here with the Seven of Cups, as is always the case. But the Sun is the best card to find in a tarot reading. It's total positivity, total success, total happiness. It's a card of truth. And the Sun does ask you to pick the truthful path. And so what is true for you may upset other people. But what's important is that you do what is true for you, whether or not that upsets people or not here, Aquarius. There's this other path here, which the Devil is a card of our shadows. And the Devil is something that we need to work through in this lifetime. It can come forward when there are issues around power and control. Some of you feel controlled by a person because you have the Two of Swords energy here. Two of Swords, again, like really needing to decide or really having a hard time communicating on something. And I feel like maybe it's because some of you are feeling controlled by somebody or by a situation. But the Sun's influence is very good. Actually, one of the things about the Sun, if you like research it, it will negate the negative qualities of cards around it and augment the positive qualities of cards around it. And so if anything, what you're dealing with now is a temporary situation. I think if anything, you will choose the proper path for yourself, which I can't tell you what the proper path is. Only you know what that is. And so it's a good indication that you will make the right choice here, Aquarius. Let's see what else we have. So you have the Ace of Wands, you have the Five of Wands, you have the World card, and you have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so there's a couple things here that are interesting for you. It's like, first and foremost, so you have this Ace of Wands here. You're very, very, very excited to get started on something with the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Wands. You're very, very excited about something. There's something here. It's almost like there's so much excitement that you're maybe even feeling like overwhelmed. It's like, you know, like when you start something new and it's like in your mind, you can see all of the roads, all of the possibilities before they happen. That's kind of what I feel like is going on here. The Ace of Wands is like the spark of life. It's connecting with something that you are inspired by. It's starting something that you're inspired by. It's a very good card for side hustles or doing like passion projects, anything like that. Five of Wands, the thing is though, Five of Wands, there is a conflict here that you're needing to deal with at the same time. Okay, at the same time as this other thing that's going on, there is a conflict. Yeah. With the Five of Wands as well, this asks you to, it does say that you are prepared, okay? You are prepared to deal with this. And the other thing about the Five of Wands is it does make you stronger because, you know, oftentimes when we deal with challenges and we deal with conflicts and we deal with struggles, those are the periods of time where we really grow, as challenging as that may be. You have this World card as well. The World card is the completion of a cycle. It's the completion of something important. It's Saturn energy. It's kind of closing the chapter for good, but also taking a step back and being and sort of being grateful for yourself and being grateful for the journey you've taken, and reflecting on everything that you've learned, reflecting on the cycle that you've closed out, the cycle that you've completed. It is a big success and a big reward because it's the last card in the major arcana. It's like, yeah, it's like feeling, it's like when you cross the finish line and you're like, I'm really glad I did that. Like, I'm really glad I ran that marathon, or whatever it may be, or I'm really glad I produced this project, or whatever it was. And then you have the Seven of Swords. So it's like, it's almost like there's somebody that's deceiving you here, or there could be a little bit of self-deception. If you feel like, you know what, nobody around me is fishy, then this could be self-deception here. Seven of Swords, I really would recommend that you choose the path that is right for you. And what I feel like saying here, what was I going to say there? So it's almost like, do not try to follow somebody else's path, okay? I say that a lot, but this is especially true for you because it's combined with the devil in the future. Pick the true path, okay? Pick the true path and recognize that sometimes it's okay to upset people. Let's go ahead and let's see what we have here. There's something about control that you're dealing with. All right, so you have joy. I serve best from a joyful heart. Open yourself up to joy and pleasure. Let your hair down, have fun, be playful, light your way back home. Limitless. I am a limitless expression of loving light. Love beyond limit. Speak with intention. Resonate in truth. Can't even make that up. Resonate in truth. And then you have radiance. I am the light illuminating everything. Radiate light energy. Wow. Resonate in truth. Okay, that is super important for Aquarius people during this period of time. Resonate in truth. Yeah, not much else to say there. It's just a great synchronicity for that to come in. So you have the Queen of Wands, you have the Six of Cups, and you have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so there is just a timeline or a person or a situation or someone or something from the past here coming in, and this may be the person that you feel like is controlling you with the Six of Cups. It's also possible, if it's not a person, a situation from the past feels like it has a hold on you or has control over you because of the Six of Cups, Two of Swords, Five of Wands energy. The world's indication around it as well, to me, indicates that this is Saturnian, in that, you know how like people in the like astrology community and like in the spiritual community get worried or afraid of their Saturn return? It's because the Saturn return is purposefully hard. It's a purposeful coming of age energy. And those situations are not easy. Okay, but they are the situations that take us to a new path or a new cycle in our life. So it's like what you're dealing with now from the past, yeah, it's challenging, but it's also providing you with like an insane amount of growth. And seeing the truth in this situation is going to be extremely important. You have this Queen of Wands in the past, confidence, right? Build on the confidence that you've had here. I also think some of you are feeling extremely creative at this time, like extremely, extremely creative, almost like there's an unlimited like potential or an infinite amount of potential or possibility in a project or in a situation. Here with the Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands, and the Seven of Cups, you see all these cups in front of you, but the thing is they haven't completely been realized or manifested yet. They will in the future because you have the World and the Sun, but you have to sort of deal with what is right in front of you. And then you have the Three of Pentacles here as well, which is, rewards through building and being a builder of your life. So I definitely like that. You have the Five of Cups and you have the Empress. So Aquarius, love the Empress energy here. The Empress is fertility. It's the mother archetype, but you have to kind of look at it from a higher perspective. Think about it this way. A mother will nurture their children into existence. but you can apply that to a project, or you can apply that to a piece of your life. So whatever it is that you're growing through right now, you are fertile to grow, is what I feel like saying. You are fertile to sort of learn something new, or become that version of yourself that you've been looking to become, or whatever it is. But it's also just a major sign of abundance. I'm feeling like fertility, growth, prosperity for you here, and it's not exactly, it's something that's not exactly easy because of this World card, but again, it gives you a huge reward in sticking to something. Five of Cups, the past here, again, this has been a challenge, and it's like the past has a hold on you right now with the Two of Swords, the Five of Wands, Six of Cups, Five of Cups. But again, continuing forward and realizing that you won't be there forever. At the top of the pyramid, you have the Page of Cups. The invitation of happiness is coming. And this could be from a person, but it could also be from the universe. I think it's probably from the universe because of the World card. Universe is going to give you an offer of happiness, or an offer of creativity, or an offer of love in some way. And it's because you resonated in truth here. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Pentacles. There's a choice, right? There's a choice here to to sort of learn this Saturnian lesson with the world. And, I think in doing that and resonating with truth, you're getting this situation that you've been hoping for. So, wow, what a powerful reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.